Hello, and welcome back to another video. So I've been getting some new LPS recently without actually making videos about it for some reason. Sometimes I just don't really feel like it. And I figured this video could serve its purpose as showing you all those LPS that I've gotten recently. For the most part, I haven't been collecting new ones, but today is my birthday as I'm filming this, June 22nd. It is also Sherbert's birthday. Happy birthday, Sherbert! My dad gave me some money. I went into town. I had a good meal. I grabbed a cup of coffee, had a lot of fun walking around, and I found this store with a shelf full of LPS. It was beautiful. I had to be very wise with my budget, and by that I mean I spent every last penny that my dad gave me, and I bought some of the LPS in that shop along with a couple other LPS that I've gotten just in the past couple weeks. So the first one is actually this crab, and I've had it for like since February actually. I think I actually got it at the same shop with that shelf of LPS, but they didn't have as many back then. They were mostly selling G4s and G3s, but they also had this in there, and I didn't even realize it was a G7. I just knew it was a really pretty hermit crab, so I got it, and I really like it actually. It's definitely one of my favorite hermit crabs that I own now. I used this one briefly in like a customer's rant a while ago, but other than that, I never really brought attention to it, so that's this crab. The next two I got actually came together in this like pet pairs box kind of thing, and there were like 4 different combinations of pets I could have gotten, and this was the one I was hoping for, and this is the one I got, and I was really happy. Here I have my first otter of my collection. It's really cute. It has some neat colors. I'm not a big fan of this golden thing on its wrist, and I also have my first beaver of the collection. And I'm actually now considering casting this beaver as Keaton from my series LPS Ambitions. I did make him a bulldog, but the character Keaton is inspired by is always compared to a beaver, so I thought that it would be really nice to have him be a beaver. It would just like, it would call back to that inspiration, and I would have a beaver character, and I have way too many dog characters, so I might make changes to that. Now I have the LPS that I just bought today at that shop with the birthday money that I had. The first one we have is this squirrel that I have seen in the past and I've always loved. She reminds me a lot of Ice Cream with her colors and the swirls and whatnot. I really like how all the patterns and colors are placed on her. She's a really cute LPS. She was one of the first ones that I grabbed. Next up we have this bee that I somehow have never seen before. It's really plain and simple, but I think the colors are really cute on it. There's not a ton to say because she's just so simple, but the colors are very lovely, and I actually think the bee molds are super cute, especially the little ones. Big fan of them. Next we have the second corgi of my collection. This one is super cute. Again, very simple, very plain, natural colors, but the green eyes really make her pop. Next up we have this deer. A lot of the people don't like these LPS where they're super plain and have these like G3 eyes and just a single music note, but I've always been a really big fan of them for some reason. Maybe it's nostalgia bias because my best friend who got me into LPS, whose collection I borrowed for a little while, had a lot of them. I'd like to collect more of these someday. Also, you can never go wrong with a deer LPS. Big fan of the deer. Next up we have an adorable little kitten. This one's so adorable. It's gotta be one of my favorites that I picked up at the shop today. I really like the kittens of this mold and I prefer them over the other one. I like the thinner tails and like the less tall heads. This one's simple, just like a lot of the LPS that I grabbed today, but I like the natural color sometimes. I like the blue that makes everything stand out even though she's mostly plain. She's just really cute. I want to use her in a video like ASAP. And the last one I got at the shop is this very special German Shepherd. I've known this one is pretty valuable for a long time. Whenever I would see listings online, they would always be really expensive. Today I looked up some listings just to make sure that I didn't spend way too much on him. I mean, I probably still did. I wanted to make sure that I didn't spend a lot more than I would have had to on the internet, but I didn't even see any listings at all, anywhere. So I guess buying him today was the right call. This one I think is like a Sam's Club exclusive or something. I'm just going off what I saw on one singular Reddit post. I know he's like a no-numbered German Shepherd. I just know he's valuable in some way. I made the mistake of thinking he was a mystery pet when I bought him, but I mean, it doesn't take away from his value. Better than him being a mystery pet and then like maybe finding out that he's not actually all that valuable. That would suck, but you know, whatever. I think that this one is really cute. I'm a big fan of these ones with like the white streak and the blue eyes and all that shit. Just a big fan of these simple colors here. The last one that I actually forgot to mention is this turtle. I only briefly showed this one off in my ambitions update video. I think that he's really simple. There's a particular reason that I got him. So this is Marco in LPS Ambitions. He was originally a chinchilla, and I was really sad to let that go because I do really enjoy that chinchilla, but I do have plenty of chinchilla characters already. And the reason I changed him to be a tortoise is because of the character that he's inspired by. Aaron and Marco are the protagonist and antagonist of that series, and they're inspired by Graham and Cathal. You guys have heard of them at some point, even if you don't know where they come from. If you've been on streams or my Tumblr or just in my videos in general, I talk about them probably more than I should. I have a shrine on my wall. I printed out their renders, I've printed out drawings I've made of them. I love them so fucking much! And they remind me a lot of the tortoise and hare. They literally have lore that is like the tortoise and the hare, where Graham challenges Cathal to a race and then is too busy bragging to notice that Cathal already won a long time ago, and it's funny and silly and ironic. So of course, I had to make the characters that are inspired by them the tortoise and the hare. So that's the whole reason I have this one. That's the whole convoluted, crazy ass reason that I have this one. Okay, that's all the LPS that I got. Thank you guys for tuning into this one, and maybe look forward to an LPS collection video in the future. These are probably the last ones I'll be collecting for a while until I have like a stable income, or maybe until Christmas. I think it would be a nice time to go over my whole collection and show off what it looks like so far. But that's a tale for another day. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Why am I doing? I never do that at the end of my videos. Fuck you. Have a good one.